Hello friend, welcome to the live study channel. Today I am going to discuss Apache NiFi interview question and answer for experienced and fresher both. So let's start. My first question is, what is Apache NiFi? Apache NiFi is a robust, easy to use, dependent and for the data processing and distribution across the heterogeneous platform. Simply put, NiFi was created to automate the exchange of data across the system. It is based on the NSA developed by Niagara Files means NiFi. Niagara Files means NiFi technology, which we handle to the Apache Software Foundation after 8 years without any need for coding. Apache NiFi enables use to Nift and previously defined the DataFlow due to the breadth of its capabilities. Numerous firms worldwide are embracing Apache NiFi, necessitating a continuous demand for Apache NiFi certified. Personally, the Apache NiFi certification is critical to achieving your ideal profession, since it verifies that you have acquired all of the essential abilities to execute critical tasks in the real world. Right? So move to the another question. Another question is, what is the feature of Apache NiFi? There are multiple features of Apache NiFi. Means web-based UI, guaranteed delivery of data, data provenance, extendable, virtual command and control, and security. So just means Apache NiFi support directed graph of the data routing system, mediation and transformation. So some reason why NiFi came up in the because of data challenges. We have NiFi has a lot of the data challenges. So actually web-based UI means user interface that can run over the HTTPS, okay, which make user interaction secure with NiFi. It also manages the data in a real time. NiFi provides experience with design control, monitoring and feedback. That's why I'm using the web-based. Guaranteed data delivery means it is one of the most important and very powerful feature of Apache NiFi, that the delivery of data is guaranteed to be done. It can be achieved by effective use of persistent write ahead a log and content repository, both designed together in such a way that allow for high transaction rate, copy on write, effective load spreading. NiFi is highly configurable. Data provenance and data, right? NiFi provide a data provenance module for tracking and monitoring data flow from beginning to end. NiFi automatically record indexes and make available the provenance data as object flow through the system for supporting compliance, optimization, troubleshooting and many other scenarios. This information become very useful. Extendable means the feature allow you to create your own process. It enable fast development and effective testing. NiFi supports secure protocols such as SSL, SSL, HTTPS encrypted content, and also provide multi-tenanted authentication as well as internal policy measurement. NiFi in the number of different contractors in increasing means the user can build their custom process according to the requirement. The feature of NiFi offers rapid development, effective testing. Virtual command and control means can be acquired complex. NiFi has an interactive user interface for the user, capable of virtualizing and expressing the data flow. It is allow the visual information of data flow and help to express them, usually to reduce the complexity of the data flow. NiFi not only enable the virtual information of data flow, but it is performed in real time. If you make any change in data flow or modify it, that change is immediately reflected. You don't need to stop the entire flow to make any specific modification. Security means the system can use to the multi-tenanted automation. Security feature means NiFi use secure protocols such as SSL, SSH, and HTTP for security reason. It is also use the other encryption to make data secure. Another question is, what is the architecture of Apache NiFi? Apache NiFi means the web, JVM, flow control, processor, extensive, FlowFile repository, content repository, and Provenance repositories. Means this is the local storage. Okay, so just one by one, just I am discussing. Means Apache process, flow control, and web server that execute on the JVM machine. Additionally, it also includes 3 repositories. Okay, means 3 repository means FlowFile repository, content repository, Provenance repository. Okay, NiFi runs within a JVM, means Java Virtual Machine, on a host operating system, and every data or metadata is stored in the repositories. So, well-organized architecture of NiFi is means the key component of Apache NiFi architecture means web server. Web server hosts HTTP-based command and control API of NiFi. Flow control. The flow control provides thread to execute the extension. It is also schedule the extension when the resources are received to execute. It is work as brain of operation. Extension means extension are various type of plugins that allow Apache NiFi to interact with the different system. Extension help the process to complete the task. Means NiFi has several type of extension. The extension are executed and operate with the Java Virtual Machine, means JVM. Okay, flow repository means the flow repository contains the current data. Not a current data, but actually flow repository store the current state and attribute of each flow file that pass through the data flow of NiFi. NiFi keep track of the state and in a data file repository which is currently active in the flow. The root directory is the default location of the repository. It can be changed. The default location of this repository can be changed by changing the property. Which type property means changing the nifi.flowfile.repository.directory. Content repository means the content repository store all the data present in all the flow files. Implementation of the content repository is pluggable, same as the flow file repository. Means its default approach is just a simple mechanism to store block of the data in the file system. So there is a plugin can change the means org.apache.file nifi.control.repository.file system repository property, right? Provenance repository is the repository that store all the provenance event data. Data is indexed and searchable within each location. It is allow the user to check the information about the flow file, which means it tracks and store all the event of all flow files that flows in the Apache NiFi. It is also enable the troubleshooting if any issue occurs while processing flow files. Provenance repository has divided into two types, means volatile provenance repository and persistent provenance repository. Means all provenance data is lost after restart in the repository, but in a persistent means the default directory. Persistent provenance is the root directory of Apache. It can change using the apache.nifi.provenance.persistent provenance repository property, right? So just move to the another question. So another question is, what is my NiFi? What is my NiFi? The my NiFi is a sub project of Apache NiFi when the design as a complementary data collection approach that supplement the core intent of NiFi, focusing on the collection of data at the resource of creation. Mini NiFi is designed to run directly at the resource that is why it is a special importance in given the flow and the flow print is a low resources consumption. NiFi is available in a Java as well as C++, which is 50 MB and the 32 the size respectively. Another question is, what is the role of the Apache NiFi in a big data ecosystem? The main role Apache NiFi is suitable for big data ecosystem. First one is the data acquisition and delivery, transformation of data, routing data from the different resource to destination, event processing, end-to-end provenance, intelligence, and bidirectional communication. Another question is, what is the Apache NiFi used for? The reliable and secure transfer of data between different systems, means the delivery of data from the source to different destination and platform. Enrichment and preparation of data means the conversion between format, abstraction, parsing, routing, decision. Another question is, what is a flow file? Actually, I have already told the flow file, but just I am already discussing. So the flow file are the heart of the NiFi, and it is data flow. A flow file is a data record which consists of a pointer to intent and attribute which support the content. The content is the pointer to the actual data which is being handled, and the attributes are key value pairs that act as the metadata for the flow file. Some of the attributes of the flow file are file name, means UUID, MMID type. Another question is, what is the component of the data flow files? A flow file is made of the two parts, means the content and attributes. The content is a stream of the byte which contain a pointer to the actual data being proceed in the data flow and is transported from source to destination. Keeping in mind flow file itself does not contain the data data. It is a pointer to be content data. The actual content will be in the content repository of NiFi. But in a attribute means a key value pair that are associated with the data and act as the metadata for the flow file. These attributes are generally used to store value which actually provide content to the data. Some of the example of attribute are file name, UID, MIME, type of flow file, creating time, etc. Another question is, what is the processor? NiFi processor are the building block and most commonly used component in NiFi processor are the block which we drag and drop on the canvas and data flow made up of multiple processors. A processor can be used for bringing data into system like get HTTPS, get files, consume Kafka, etc., or can be used for performing some kind of data transformation or enrichment, for instance, split reaction, convert arrow to oracle, replace text, execute script, etc. Move to the another question. Another question is, do NiFi and Kafka overlap in functionality? Apache NiFi and Kafka actually are very complete solution. A Kafka broker provides a very low latency, especially when we have a large number of consumers pulling from the same topics. Apache Kafka provides data pipelines and low latency. However, Kafka is not designed to solve data flow challenges, either data prioritization and enrichment, etc. It is what Apache NiFi is designed for. It helps to designing data flow pipeline which can perform data prioritization and other transformation when moving data from one system to another system. Furthermore, unlike NiFi, which handle message with the arbitrary size, Kafka prefers smaller message in the KB to MB range, while NiFi is more flexible for very size which can go up to GB per file or every more. Means Apache NiFi is complementary to Apache Kafka by solving all the data flow problem for the Kafka. Means Kafka. Move to the another question. Does the reporting task get access to the entire content of the flow file? So answer is no. A reporting task has no access to the content of any specific flow file. Rather than that, a reporting task gets accessibility to all provenance, event, alert, and metrics associated with the graph component like bits of data, read or write, written. Another question is, what use does data flow file expiration serves? It assists in determining when the flow file must be terminated and destroyed after a certain period of time. Assume you have set flow file expiration to 1 hour. As soon as the flow file is detected in the NiFi platform, the countdown begins. Furthermore, once flow file reaches the connection, which will verify the age of the flow file. It is older than 1 hour. The flow file will be ignored and destroyed. Another question is, what is the NiFi system is backpressure? Optionally, the producer system outperforms the consumer system. As a result, the communication are slower. Hence, all unprocessed message flow file will stay in the network buffer. However, you may restrict the magnitude of the network backpress depending on the number of flow file or the quantity of data. If it exceeds the set limit, the link will return pressure to the preceding processor, causing it to stop running. As a result, no more flow file are created until the backpressure is removed. Another question is, Is it is possible to alter the setting of the processor while it is running? Answer is no. The setting of the processor cannot be altered or modified while it is operating. You must first have it and then allow all the flow file processing to complete. Then and only may you modify the processor setting. Another question is, what does the term provenance data signify in the NiFi? So NiFi maintains a data provenance library that contains all information about the data file. As data continue to flow and it is converted, redirected, divided, consolidated, and sent to various endpoints. All of this the metadata is recorded in NiFi provenance repository. User can conduct a search for the processing of every single flow file. Another question is, what is the flow file? lineageStartDate. This flow file repository indicated the date and time the flow file was added or generated in the NiFi system. Even if a flow file is combined or divided, a child flow file may be generated. However, the lineageStartDate property will provide the timestamp for the ancestor flow files and ancestor flow file. What is a NiFi processor group? A process group can assist you in developing a sub data stream that you can include in your primary data flow. The destination address and the input port are used to transmit and receive information from the process group respectively. Another question is, what use does a flow controller serve? The flow controller is the project brain that allocated thread to run modification and maintain the scheduling for when modules obtain resource to execute. The flow controller function as the engine determine when a thread is assigned to a specific processor. What does deadlock in backpressure imply? Assume you are using a processor such as a public JMS to release the information to the target list. The destination queue, on the other hand, is full and your flow file will be sent to the failed relationship, and then you are retrieve the unsuccessful flow file. The incoming backpressure linkage is full, which might result in backpressure stalemate. Another question is, what does NiFi handle massive payload volume in the data flow? Data flow can handle massive amount of data as data flow view. NiFi referred to as a flow file is handed around the flow files. Is information is only accessible when necessary. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe.